I guess I'm just gonna be flickering.
Friends, welcome to Battletech Oath of Endosteel Season 2, Episode 1, Part 1, 3029, which technically does not take place in 3029. In fact, it might be a couple episodes before we finally get to 3029, but that's life. Normally, you know, we jump into these episodes and we immediately start doing stuff, but this is the start of a new season. So we're going to reintroduce ourselves. We'll talk about briefly any new projects we've got going on. We'll introduce our guests, and then we're going to recap what we believe happened, which may not be what actually happened. And at some point during the episode, we need to come up with Onko's new call sign, because we've been putting that off. And as you know, you don't pick your own call sign. Your friends choose a shitty one for you. I am, of course, APGamingREAL. In the brief span of time, which has been more like 6 weeks or something. It's been a long time since we've met up. I launched a new show called Battletech Solaris Knights, which is about Solaris gladiators beating each other up in the mech arena around 3052. It involves audience members just joining me as guests for one-on-one fights that take about as long as this episode's going to take, 2 hours, and very popular. So if you're a fan of Oath of Endosteel, consider checking it out. There's a lot of ties that tie Solaris Knights to this campaign and to a time of total warfare, but one of the gladiators is a legacy gladiator who is Lachlan's sister's legacy, the fourth one of her name. So they all use the same call sign and all give off the same vibe as her, and they've all piloted hunchbacks. So
excellent.
That's how they roll. Sam, as long as we're talking about you, let's talk about you. Who are you? Where can people find you, and what have you been doing during the break?
That is a great question. I'm Sam. You can find me at Twitter at TheWizenedFool. On Discord, I am WizeFool with a Z. In the break, I've actually done just about nothing other than being in school, because that's what I'm doing full time right now. It's been kind of a long time since I've gotten to do any game stuff, so I'm pretty dang excited about that. Otherwise I hang out on the Discord, but you can't really find me a whole lot of other places right now, so gotta come here.
Hey, that law school, man.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. So that is it's good, and hopefully in the future I'll feel a little bit better about jumping on more games again, and maybe AP will have something for me. Maybe I'll show up on Solaris Knights and
oh boy,
cause a ruckus.
You really do not. It's very easy to cause a ruckus on Solaris Knights for sure.
That's all I got, though.
EricVulgaris.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm EricVulgaris. Let's see. Currently been playing a lot of Among Us. But as far as projects and things go, I started playing this solo war game called 5 Parsecs from Home Gang Warfare, and set it in Star Wars. And it's been really fun. So I've been doing that. And other than that, running my own Pendragon game, which I've talked about incessantly.
Dude, that sounds dope. The Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it some more later, but it's very cool. Been really enjoying it.
I understand that, like me, you've been playing Per Aspera, which is a per pain in the ass.
Yeah. In fact, I said I have finished the game, which is a lie, because I'm not going to spend the last 30 hours to complete this solo fun project, which AP knows about, but I won't spoil it for you.
I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna finish it.
I'm not completing it.
I'm going to the stars, baby.
Yeah,
taking it all away.
Are you becoming the Ansible?
If my base was built a particular way, aka if I had control over that, slight spoiler, then maybe I would continue. But
let me give you a hot tip.
But game's a solid B+.
Let me give you a hot tip about how to fix your base. If you can afford to get a landing site up, they cost almost nothing, and when you drop one down, it spawns at least one of every node wherever you drop it.
Yeah.
And those nodes tend to have thousands in it, so it's like an infinite resource loop. And you can drop one right next to your current base, and it'll just expand outwardly. And
It's
you
just
can
a stimulus package.
Yeah, it's a stimulus package, and you can use it to set up a new series of factories, and then you use that to build another landing site, to build more factories.
That's not the problem. The problem is that the base that I inherit, all of the maintenance drones are broken. My worker cap is at -50, and the game is kind of bugged, I think. So I'm just gonna call it a day until maybe they fix it. My base is literally falling apart for no reason. I was like, okay, well.
My hot
it's
tip
better than the atmosphere being on fire, man. That has been a very serious problem.
Oh, so that was my hot tip. I was like, yeah, just summon meteors, just like figure out how to track meteors.
I don't understand why this game loves summoning meteors. They're like, what would be a good idea to crash Deimos into the surface of Earth and into the surface of Mars? And I was like,
makes sense to me.
Yeah, man, all that kinetic energy just destroying the entirety of Mars sounds like a great idea. How about instead I just build up some greenhouse gases and create an atmosphere? And they're like, no, you have to crash a methane asteroid. And I'm like,
yeah, that's how you start the greenhouse gases, right?
Yeah.
No, you build greenhouse gas factories.
Oh, so yeah, I was pumping in.
Hey, I was pumping in those greenhouse gases
from Earth. That was my play, and I also nuked the ice caps.
Nice.
You're a monster. You nuke the ice caps?
It
takes one greenhouse gas factory like 10 minutes, and you can avoid nuking the gas caps. And then you just have a bunch of nukes lying around you can use later.
Yeah, like why wouldn't I nuke the ice caps?
Oh my god!
You can't just spend nukes like water. You gotta keep them around.
New spin-off, Eric and AP just talk per Aspera for hours.
No, yeah, we definitely can't do that. Speaking of people who play per Aspera, Eddie, what do you got going on? What have you been doing with your break?
So I've been doing some creative stuff, which is fun. Eric got a little taste of that on Saturday, actually, where I ran a cyber game for the first time in ever. So that was exciting. I launched him into the unknown, I think Lost in Space, but and it's not streamed or recorded or anything yet, but maybe depending on how people feel, because I've got some old friends that don't really stream, so we'll see if they're into it or not. But yeah, so I've been doing that. Currently interviewing for various software engineering roles, so that's pretty busy. Been playing a lot of Among Us. Probably too much Among Us. And I wanted to give a shout out to Eric for putting his first Among Us YouTube video. Yeah, it was cute and it was a good play. You had some good plays in there. Confused the heck out of everyone in that lobby. But yeah, that's all I got going on right now. I'm just looking forward to the year's end and maybe 2020 or 2021 not sucking so much.
One day.
There's nothing magical about 2020 that made it awful.
No, I know.
Things will just continue to be worse.
Well,
AP always the pessimist.
Yeah.
There are some things that are rising in the horizon that I think may make 2021 a little bit better.
Yes, the thing you're talking about rising towards the horizon is the fading ozone layer.
That's true.
Once again, taking a hit.
Yep.
Speaking of someone who's rising, let's talk to our aerospace pilot for the night, Paul Kahn, aka Soundwave's Ghost.
Hello again. It's been a while.
Yes. What do you got? Who are you? Where can people find you? And who are you playing?
Go ahead.
Sorry, real fast. You can find me on Pixel Knitter, and I might be doing like little recaps of on Twitter's, and I might be doing little recaps of the games that I'm running.
Cool.
Anyway, as I was about to say, I'm Soundwave's Ghost. I've been here occasionally, but most of the time I'm over on an old friend of AP's, Lucas G Varieties channel, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday is alternating right now between a Dungeon World game, which is going to end on a Friday soon because of the holidays coming up. And that Tuesday, that's next one for it is not bueno for Lucas. And the opposite is I'm running Alien RPG from Free League. In this case, the Destroy of Worlds module. They're barely through to the first act of the 3 acts of the cinematic scenario, so it's ramping up in the deadliness, and they've managed to murder their way across the entire city, but about to come back on them because the world itself turns against them at one point. Nice. Won't spoil too much, but it's fun. Let's see what else. On Thursdays, we're possibly in the new year might turn it to full-time Thursdays. Every Thursday it happens, but right now alternating Thursdays with Band of Blades. We just literally started that. We're on the first mission that's not the scripted one, so it's going to be interesting where that happens because that was literally the end of the last episode was us having the scouts walk into the mission to start it. So it's like, okay, you're surrounded, you're all screwed. Good luck for next time. It's faded. So yeah, it's mostly what I'm doing. Other than that, I'm in between Lucas and this Discord. And on the Pendragon note, I did just start my play-by-post again, literally a week ago.
Nice.
And they're already in trouble, which is hilarious to me.
Speaking of the Alien RPG, I got to play that with Ivan Van Norman of all people with on Wandering DM. Simon coordinated like him, and I was like, I want to play. It was so much fun.
It's fun. I like the panic system there. It makes it fun for a GM where he can be like, I'm not making you do these things. Let's see what you made you do.
Yeah. I was an addicted pilot, so like I went to the med bay very quickly without telling anyone. And so like there was like someone that was definitely not where they were saying they were.
Yep.
Yeah. It was great.
Sounds like Among Us.
Yeah.
Eric and Wise betraying me with self-reporting pretty deeply, and I honestly can't believe people. I'm still furious about it. Voting on 7. Eric getting caught chasing me, but no one cared. The two of them just covering for each other. I had to rewatch it 4 times because I was editing the video, and I just got angry every time I watched it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play with a small amount of people in that game anymore. Because even if I'm not the competitive one of the group, it's still like, I was right there.
Yeah,
You're coming in a little low, by the way.
Sorry, it's a little bit far away from me.
And just so people don't think that you're accidentally a youth minister or that you dress like this normally, you are cosplaying as your character, correct?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm into it.
Apologies to all the youth ministers out there I just insulted.
Wow. Way to alienate the youth minister radical viewership.
Well, if that's
our giant youth minister audience is now running for the hills.
You know, we're
for Christ.
We're setting such a high standard of moral obligations and inspirations for all those youth ministers out there.
I want to take a few minutes, a limited amount of time.
Sorry.
For
really
all
picked
of
a hill
you
to die on. It's too good.
I'm going to take a few minutes for all of you to remember what happened in season 1.
Oh God.
Who's got things that happened to their character in season 1?
I think I wrote notes actually.
I got married and have 2 beautiful girls.
Oh yeah, I don't know that the audience knows the name of your second child, so you want to drop that on them real quick? It's Carmen Hiroka.
Carmen? Yeah. Was it like Maya? It's Maya and Carmen, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one was which. Yeah, Maya and Carmen. Very happy about them. I've been spending my time in New Avalon with my wife that also got married, Mari. I have got an atlas.
People who don't follow on Discord don't know that you've been making Jasper and Tamari fan art constantly.
Yeah, I commissioned a bunch of fan art. I got a picture of the time when me and her awkwardly go to the first ever Kerensky ball together, which was really good. And I also got a picture of Jasper in front of the Tamari because
that same Kerensky ball that you made out with.
Made out? She just kissed me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. The aerospace pilot.
Audrey Lafayette.
Audrey Lafayette. Thank you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was good shit.
But a lot more happened to Jasper Hiroka, if I recall.
A lot more happened to everybody, but
yeah.
Eddie, what happened to House Seppuku? I mean, if I recall, the first half of this season is called The Fall of the House of Seppuku.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, the House of Paku. you know, they went through a lot. You know, I guess one of the first things that happened that was kind of major was my aunt died in an explosion. So that was the first death of the House Spaku family after the bombing. And so, you know, there was only about 4 members of the House of Paku, and then obviously Tamari got married off to Jasper Haruka. And so there was only 3. Anko, the aunt, which I'm blanking on the name right now, I think, and then oh my god, my first character. I'm already blanking. Kuro, thank you. And as things progressed, the Supaku family was clearly having financial issues for most of the first couple of years that Kuro was in charge, and felt the draw and drain of these perceived and true failures. As like investigations failed, as he was trying to unravel a mystery involving Sebastian Bassett. And
sorry, his new name is BLT now, right?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Sebastian Bassett Latour.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You came up with that name, Sam. You can't shake your head at that. I hate it, but you're the one that invented it, so don't even pretend like you weren't 100% behind it.
BLT, baby.
Yeah. Which Kuro Supaku and Jana Van Hohenheim got married, which the investigation into Sebastian Bassett and the
tore your family apart.
The obsession of that ended up tearing the relationship apart. Nearing the end of season 1, Kuro Supaku and everyone else went on a secret mission to an Amaris battle cruiser. Big spoilers. Where they had a life and death situation in which Kuro sent McDougal out the airlock to save himself and try to establish one last legacy for the Supaku family. After all the failure and pain that he was feeling, Kuro sacrificed himself so that his family could live on in a greater glory, or so he thought. But Anko, left with the family, only had one choice, and that was to pick up where Kuro left off, only to have betrayal on every end, as their longtime lead tech ended up confessing to the bombing of the Lake family hangar, leading to the deepest of situations in which she is now seen as a traitor, even though there is no evidence beyond this confession that could very well have been fabricated, or so she is going to potentially talk about.
That's the big one, is that she has been accused of having
hence the fall of Supaku.
Yep.
Sorry, my recap was a little bit longer because there was so much to unpack.
It's okay. Your recap was pivotal for what's about to happen in the storyline.
It's good stuff.
Does that mean it's my turn?
It does. What happened in the house of Lachlan McDougal?
A lot.
Let me tell you all a tale about a selfless and remarkable gentleman, a true champion of Whittington, working.
My turn yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Working constantly and
I'm the one who will tell
Maximilian's
story. Stick to McDougal.
Constantly and diligently working for the people. You know, the story starts with the return of Lachlan McDougal.
Prodigal son.
You know, prodigal son. Immediately starts bolstering the industry of Whittington. Gets married to Xenia Menshikov. And, you know, with the work that they put in together, made sure that she didn't blow herself up trying to travel back in time, because that definitely probably would have happened.
Yeah.
And then, thanks to his clever negotiating, he was able to get the billionaire Sir Maximilian Jacobson on board for a venture that could benefit all of Whittington. All that they needed to do was head out into the deep periphery to solve some pirate issues. Flash forward a couple years later, we got new renovations ongoing on our great Whittington spaceport. We've got 3 children in the McDougal house, one of which, happened before the wedding, so you can't really blame him. She's naturalized now, so that's behind us. Realizing to great heartbreak that his close confidant and a person that he thought was a friend, Sebastian Bassett Latour, was involved in all sorts of duplicitous dealing. And so Lachlan McDougal put his own name on the line to file a case in noble court and try to get rid of the root of corruption in Whittington. Nonetheless, when the House of Seppaku needed help, did Lachlan turn down the favor that was given to him when Kuro saved his life? Of course not. Even though it may ruin the case entirely, Lachlan put himself out on the line to make sure that the Seppakus did not get arrested immediately after the confession.
Yeah, you're currently acting as her jailer or warden.
Yeah, you're essentially my warden right now.
That brings us to the present. Lachlan McDougal constantly solving problems for the people of Whittington, a fast and ever loyal friend,
a fair
person who is not
warden.
Yeah, a fair warden and a person who always does the right thing. AP.
This is your future victory speech. I can see it now. I do want to know before AP jumps in here. Yeah, before AP jumps back in here. The orphans that Anko adopted from the lake bombing from their family when their families died in the lake bombing. My previous lead tech's family was kidnapped. Like, so many things happened to the Seppaku family, and Anko was just trying to unravel it all to like piece together the conspiracy. So many ties lead back to Bassett, but there's nothing solid. Anyway, I just want to toss that in there real fast.
Okay. The first thing we see is a black screen, which then changes to Tamari Hiroka. She's tucking one of the pink strands of hair behind her ear. The lower left-hand corner says, filmed live on New Avalon 2 weeks ago. So she's nodding towards an interviewer and says, yes, I do think it's going to interfere with my studies, but, I've been juggling my position and my acting career and my children and everything that's going on. So I think it's a great honor to be asked to join the cast of the Steinhardts, which will be a spiritual successor to Pride and Royals. The interviewer continues to talk to her, and we hear like a whoa, 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 and she says, I don't know that I'm qualified to comment on the war, but I'll say this. I'm from a border planet. My husband is a war hero who has joined the Order of Dragon Slayers. I think that as one of the most well-defended worlds, and indeed many of the worlds of the Federated Sons and the Lyran Commonwealth, our Federated Commonwealth, need help. They need aid. The border worlds are in need of the central planets, and there are many more central planets than there are border worlds. So if you could just, during this holiday season, give what you have to help tide them over, so that perhaps one day this war, and indeed all wars, will end. And as she's talking, the screen gets a sort of glitchiness. The interviewer continues talking, but the glitch continues, and then there's a sort of red background with a black logo of a dog on it, and we hear a voice with the anonymous computerized voice go, "We are sheepdog. This planet is surrounded by lies. All of you should know the crimes of the House of Seppaku. The barons have been informed, and yet they allow Anko Seppaku to walk free, despite the perfidy of her people. We will now reveal to you some of the truths of her past." And the information which Jasper has gotten, which Lachlan has got about the confession, some say supposed confession, others say forced, some say truthful, from her former lead mechanic, is broadcast to the public. While this is happening, the three of you are on a dropship strapped into your mechs, rocketing up towards Space Station Ivory Tower. You are on a conference call with Captain Tyr Sauron, who is also the dockmaster of the Ivory Tower, and he's saying, "I wouldn't call you up here if it wasn't necessary, but we have a problem. Of course, the Draconis Combine is going to take the station. There's nothing I can do to stop that. But I think we have a chance to save the technicians and the lives of everyone on board, prevent them from taking the most critical staff members. And to be honest, Lachlan, I'm trying to get what I can out of your mansion quarters so that maybe they don't steal all of your family heirlooms as well. But we can't deny them the station, but we can deny them the people it's needed to run. You're going to have to come up here, and you're going to have to defend the evacuation boats. When it's done, I'll bring the unfinished business over and I'll take you down. Now, there's one glimmer of hope that we have. I know that your mechs aren't exactly equipped to operate up here, but neither is the Combines. However, there was a man attempting to come on planet. He claimed to be noble, and I hadn't yet checked his credentials, so I had him dock at the station. He has a land-air mech, if you know what that means. It's an aerospace fighter that can turn into a Battlemech using some sort of... You've seen that nonsense children's TV show, Triformers? It's just like that.
I thought they had discontinued that entire program.
Hundreds of years ago, aye. They're quite rare. That's why I didn't believe the man, but I've checked his noble lineage. He's a Federated Sons nobleman true, and his mech is the real deal. I'm willing to release him if he'll fight for ye.
Sounds like a plan. Everything you've said makes perfect sense, Sir Sauron. Just focus on getting the people out first. If we lose some family heirlooms, so be it.
So, Paul Kahn, you were brought into this call from the cockpit of your Phoenix Hawk.
All right. Yeah, he's one of those.
Yeah, you've basically been arrested for like the last 8 hours, and then it was like, all right, well, the station's under attack now. You can either defend it or we'll keep you in prison.
Okay, let's go. and it's bloop, the picture comes up. He's like, hello.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I do understand my harbor master gave you a bit of trouble. I apologize for, well, it's a trying times right now. I'm Lachlan McDougal, Baron Lachlan McDougal. A pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. I'm Baron Paul Kahn.
Baron Kahn, I'm not sure what brought you to Whittington. I'm sure we can have an excellent conversation about it in the near future, but if you wouldn't mind, we could quite use your help. Myself and the other members of my knightly order are on our way up to help defend the station, but we need every mech we can get right now, and unfortunately we don't have as much experience in zero gravity as I would hope.
That's understandable. I'll be willing to lend my aid. Normally there would be some form of compensation, but since I think docking fees waived right now would be sufficient, and perhaps we'll talk afterwards.
Baron Kahn, I assure you the House of McDougal will take care of making sure that favors are paid in kind for this service that you will be doing to my house.
Then you have my armor.
Excellent. I'll be in contact. We'll be there soon. I guess Lachlan will probably, unless there's any reason not to, he'll probably end the call there, and he'll turn to the rest of the Endosteel group, and we'll just kind of shrug, and we'll be like, I don't know a lot about land air mechs. They're honestly, everything I heard about them, they're supposed to be garbage, but I mean, another mech's another mech, right?
I only know from an old series that my family used to watch, the Macron Wars. But other than that,
it's a prequel to Triformers, right?
Yeah. It has like a similar vibe to like Macross, you know?
Yeah.
For players.
No, I got the reference immediately.
I will say though, if there's any time a land air mech may have an advantage, I mean, better an aerospace fighter than a goddamn Black Knight in 0G.
It's 50.
So I don't know whether this is going to crash Sam's computer.
Oh no.
So
Let's hope it doesn't.
Yeah, so we're going to discuss the rules, and then I'm going to bring us over to the battle table. And if it does crash Sam's computer, then today's episode is going to be a little shorter than normal.
We could also try, if we could try me like going down on and just going to no video.
I suppose that's true.
Let's try that, and we'll see if it keeps it from crashing, and go from there.
All right. Hopefully it doesn't reorganize you with the new system. No, it did.
You should be able to drag
the cameras.
around.
Drag the cameras around.
I did.
Perfect.
Looks like we're good. All right. So here are the rules. The station has forced itself into low Whittington orbit. So you're.
Wait, did you drag us?
No, I haven't yet. I'm discussing the rules before I do it.
Understood. Sorry.
You've been dragged into low Whittington orbit as the station has been air braking itself, so that mech combat is a lot easier than true 0G. It's 0.2 gravities up here right now. You have a +4 to hit with direct fire, ballistic, and missile weapons. You can run 5 times faster, but when you exceed your maximum run speed to do that, you have to make a piloting skill check, and the amount of damage you can deal to yourself is proportional with the faster amount of speed that you run.
Oh wow.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish
In a
your explanation,
vacuum,
then I'll ask.
Your heat sinks work 1/6 as well, so, and that'll be rounded up. Except for Paul Kahn, because he is a land air mech, his aerospace fighter class heat sinks will work correctly.
Oh
So
wow.
he has full functionality up here.
Question.
Yep.
Does the SLDF
It's
mech?
still a battle mech.
So
It's
it
not
doesn't have.
designed to work as an aerospace fighter.
Well, I guess because I know there was discussion about it not having some disadvantages. I know that the weapons
This is
definitely
not
don't.
one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the biggest advantage is that you can fight with your cockpit closed. Your neural helmet will transmit the images of what's happening around you directly into your brain.
Okay, cool.
On a 10+ roll, when a unit's hull has been breached, everything inside it is lost, and all the critical components are treated as if they've been exposed to vacuum.
Damn.
And none of you are wearing spacesuits except for Paul Kahn, because he's an aerospace pilot. So if you are forced to eject, the only person who can possibly survive is Jasper, because the Hatchet Man's whole head ejects off.
Oh, interesting.
Question, AP.
Yep.
If I charge into another mech, is it like damage both of us?
It depends on what type of move you use, but charging is a move. I think it does damage you, but it doesn't damage you anywhere near as much as it damages them.
Okay, so it's not as bad as like failing a piloting check and going like spinning out.
Yeah, so, alright. So here's how charge attacks work. If the attack succeeds, both units take damage from the collision. The defender takes 1 point for every 10 tons, multiplied by the number of hexes moved by the attacker in the movement phase. So given the fact that you can run 5 times as fast now, you can really fuck something up. However, it should be noted that you also take 1 point of damage for every 10 tons that the target weighs.
Okay.
That is not multiplied by that amount of damage, by the amount that you move. So you can absolutely hit somebody incredibly hard.
Okay,
But
then,
you will take damage in the process.
And now I may have missed this, but does your walking speed change at all? Or is it just strictly...
Everything is increased by a factor of 5.
Everything times 5. Or wait, increased by +5 or times 5?
Times 5. But if if you exceed your normal run speed, you do still have to make a piloting skill check to not go out of control.
Right, even if you're technically walking.
Yes, and it should be noted that if you skid off the edge of the space station here, you basically are dead because you'll just be floating in space. You really do not want to lose control by skidding off into space.
This is by far the most dangerous battle. I love it.
Yes. We decided to go 100% for season 2. All right, I'm now going to load the battle.
Here we go.
We're about to see how badly we crash.
Fingers crossed.
I was trying to adjust all my armors because the Dragoons character sheet. Whoa! The Dragoons character sheet is definitely
Well, you're going to have to do it again because I didn't bring the sheet over. I have the one that I set from a while back.
Okay. This is taking... Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
I think I loaded in okay.
I don't have my Hatchet Man model, but...
I don't have my Dragoon model.
Grasshopper. I'll have to bring the Hatchet Man over.
Like this man.
There is no...
There has to be... There is a Hatchet Man model in one of those bags somewhere.
The
If you find it, I'll use it, but...
I can't because I don't have... Can you make me an editor and I'll look around while we do stuff?
What's the head armor for or the internal head structure for the?
It's 9-3. 9 for external, 3 for internal.
Oh.
Do we have a... Am I missing my...
Yep, I'm working on getting you cool. Your... Here's a Hatchet Man.
So yeah, I dissipate, I think, 4 heat per turn.
Uh-oh.
Yep, it's me. I'm loading a lot of stuff in. There we go. Black Knight. You're right. I need to get you a Dragoon stand.
Is my center torso 33? I can't read it.
Yes, it is. So, if you hit M, you can get a manual zoom.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to ask.
It's still really
I guess she's probably not here yet. Lachlan's cousin isn't, or half sister is not.
Correct. She's not yet. Joining you for this battle.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
She will be here immediately afterwards.
Nice. Well, hopefully, we may not have a space station. It might be kind of hard for her.
Well, she's on planet. She's just not here.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's better.
There's your fancy man Dragoon.
I'm pretty sad about the fact that my phase 7 renovation was just getting started, and then they kill all my construction workers.
Well, this is what you're doing here. You're making sure everyone gets off of the space station, so you deny them the support staff needed to run it.
Oh man, I really hope that there's some sort of force majeure clause in my contract with Jacobson.
Would you have included such a force majeure?
I mean, I'm sure it's just some kind of standard contract. So if in the Battletech world, like it is common that like in cases of like war, stopping a contract, that is like a thing that is in like contracts. Otherwise, otherwise, like if that is not common, then like I don't think Lachlan would have specifically like negotiated for that. Because I didn't in character.
Just to recap, the Guardian ECM suite is essentially an extended, like I have that ghost ability and I have the ability to do some like comms manipulation or fuckery. Is that correct? It's just like 6 squares instead of 3 or something like that?
Yes, it's the full actual version of the ECM. Yep.
Okay. So I have the ghost which gives I do a piloting check and then they have to roll against that, or roll with a reduced amount. But they have to roll a piloting check to battle through it or something like that, right?
Yes.
All right, you're right. There is no Hatchet Man.
I didn't think there would be. All right, so you guys can feel free to write or mark on this battle map because it's going to be a little complicated. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at it yet. Oh my god.
Okay, so these black areas are where the civilians are currently being offloaded from the station. So the actual station is further east of here. This is the top of the control tower. So technically, this front end is facing away from Whittington, and this bottom end is facing back towards the space station and down towards Whittington. So you are technically falling. If you were walking towards the front end of this map, your back is to the planet.
Got it.
Your job is to defend several locations. If the power generators go out at the civilian offloading docks, then there will be no pressure or atmosphere, and they simply just can't get on the emergency shuttles and fly back to the planet. If that happens, that is a critical loss for this mission. You will have failed. There is a series of power generators powering the comm tower. As long as the power generators and the comm towers, one of each is still intact, it will continue to run, and you'll be able to receive messages from each other. Without that, you'll fall to the Draconis Combine comms blackout, except for Onko, who has an ECM that can cut through it. At the front end of the ship, there is the radio tower. As long as the radio tower is intact and defended, you will be able to receive updates as to what the Draconis Combine force is for the next wave of attacks. Now, because it's space, the enemies can enter from any of the exterior hexes out here at any time. And if they spend one full turn standing next to an object, their mech can like ECM it and override it. So having them stand next to one of these power generators for a full turn shuts it down. If all of them are shut down, the civilians basically are stuck on the dock to either go back into the station and be captured or freeze to death and die.
Got it. So we basically have eight opportunities, eight failure points. If all of them fall, then we lose the battle.
Correct.
Right.
Now, over here, there is a satellite that I've made into a red token. It will fly around the map at various points, although I can't keep it at the correct level. As you can see, it's much further down. The satellite has a magnetic grip that acts as a 1 gravity. So if you accidentally fly off into space and you somehow fly past the satellite, you can attempt to grab it. If you have jump jets, you can also attempt to fly out to the satellite. The satellite orbits the station, and so you might be dragged off map, but you will return at a later point. There will also be a series of debris from the space battle around you that will impact the battlefield at various points, as if meteor attacks, so you definitely want to avoid getting hit by them.
Can we shoot them down?
No, they are way too fast.
What a sick battle layout, my friend.
Yeah, this is awesome, dude.
Ridiculous.
Dunamis did great. Dunamis and Sidious did amazing work, as always. And, you know, I've been cooking up some rules. So, as your dropship arrives, it's called the Hirotomi. It is the personal dropship of Audrey Lafayette, who cannot join this battle because, if you recall, she was attacked on her way to the Kerensky Ball and has been convalescing. So she isn't capable of piloting her aerospace craft in a combat. So she is commanding this dropship to bring you up here. If after 8 rounds, everyone will have been evacuated, if you guys are alive, the unfinished business Tir-Saran ship will come pick you up. You will have to move to the evacuation point to be picked up while it's under attack. And if the unfinished business is destroyed during that time, you'll be stuck on the station, which will probably be the end of you. You'll just be 100% dead.
Question. So I know we didn't really talk about like who's being deployed or additional units being deployed. Like I know I have a Stuka.
There was no time to get extra people here.
I just wanted to clarify that so that way
the timetable was it's actually midnight Christmas Eve right now, so it's Christmas Day by the time you get up here. the thing about Anko went out. The thing about like Anko was very briefly under arrest before Lachlan came and got her. You guys just got in your mechs and ran to the spaceport, found a dropship that was ready to resist the invasion, and the Hirobis bring you up here. It should be noted that while you're up here, there are 24 dropship flares heading towards the planet. So easily a few battalions of Draconis Combine troops are landing right now as part of Haru Takao Moritomo's attack wave.
Good thing I've got tanks back home now.
If I could, I think Anko would say something like on the way up to everyone, because I know there's a lot of questions around her. She would open comms to the Oath of Endosteel team and say,
I know there are a lot of questions, but now we face a battle that we have not seen on Winnington in a long time. Know that I am with you, that I will fight to my dying breath. Let us win this battle for Winnington.
and the comms will close.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Lachlan will just, say back like an acknowledged or something like that, but won't, pontificate.
Got it.
Paul, all you've heard is that this lady that's currently talking to you has committed some very serious treasonous crimes. It just was a news broadcast several minutes ago, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting going, he's like, okay. If he had a notepad in there, he'd be like, okay, I need to find out what's going on with that. Circle.
What's our lance
Exploits,
called?
Question mark.
You should see Anko's notepad. It's like circle, 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 circle. Big question mark in the middle.
Your
Anyways,
lance is called Yellow Squadron. You're from Eurasia.
Yeah. What is
Mobius
You wanna
1.
be Red
Funnily enough, yeah,
Squadron
I'm listening
instead?
to Ace Combat 5 right now. No, like,
God.
you know how, yeah, like, are we, what's our squad name? So like we are, you're leading this, Lachlan, so you could have the name for it, right? Like mage or
I'm
orange
demoted
or
right now, so
Viper
you
or
100%
whatever.
read
I think
this.
it should be red. That
Red.
way, red 1 standing by.
Yeah, okay.
Red
Then
5 standing by.
I'm red 2. All right.
Wait, so
I'm,
what was
I'm
it?
red
Remember-
0. I don't have
You're
a
red
number.
3. No, you're red 3. You're fucking red.
Affirm Red 3. Get in line, stay behind our leader, and we'll be getting out of here alive.
Roger that.
You guys and your
Alrighty.
cool radio voice.
Right? I was thinking that too, like, oh, I got one of those.
Yeah, it's
Now you know
totally-
how I felt the first time. I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Anyway.
My hand across the mouth. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
You all can deploy anywhere on the map you wish to, or if you're a crazy person, you can start attached to the magnetic grappler satellite.
Don't we want to wait? Hold on.
Am I
Don't
a
we wanna
crazy
roll so that
person?
we get to place second? Isn't that what we
The
want?
thing is, you are strategically and tactically the defender in this situation.
Okay, got it. So we got to place first. Okay,
Your
so
space station is being attacked. There's no chance that you're outmaneuvering them to choose the location of the battlefield.
that's very valid. So I was thinking, like, strategy-wise, for the Black Knight, probably the best. Like, I basically can't shoot anything without overheating. So probably my best bet is to try to just like charge into range with people and then punch and kick at them.
Yeah, sure.
So I was thinking
you do have
I
that.
start
God.
like farther inside so that wherever they start, I can get to them in one turn.
My short range for my LB 10x AC is 6, 12, and my long range is 18. So those I know do really well, especially in space combat. So I'm thinking to position myself in a place where I can get to quickly. My running speed is 6. I have jumping jets of 3. So I'm thinking somewhere central that I can move around the battlefield and help where I'm needed.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I also have a 23 on my ER PPC.
I'm guessing
Good.
Soundwave's Lamb is probably going to be the most mobile of any of our mechs.
So I have several questions to start with, Soundwave. Which mode are you deploying in?
Ooh.
Considering it's in space, I'd say fighter.
Okay.
Because air mech is only really useful in atmosphere. Otherwise, it's just a really crappy fighter. Because you can't walk, obviously. So yeah, I'd stay with fighter since I can go out to the satellite maybe and just say I start there to keep things simple from the beginning.
That seems cool.
Okay, so you'll start off map, and I'll tell you what happens as the satellite enters range in the second round.
What do y'all think? Like, I literally positioned myself there.
So I dissipate a sixth,
or maybe here.
1/6 less, or only 1/6 of what I normally do.
Correct. You dissipate 2 heat.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wait,
I literally can't do
1/6?
anything.
Hold on.
All right.
Yeah,
I have to melee.
1/6 to round it up. Yeah, I get 4 dissipation.
So 22 divided by 6 is what you're saying?
Yep.
Correct.
You get 4 dissipation.
Jesus Christ.
Boy.
Well, my LBT, I can use my LBs pretty effectively. My ERs, my PPC is gonna be fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, probably firing the air PPC is not a good idea.
So I guess, do we place all of ours then, AB?
Yep. So Paul is choosing to deploy with the magnetic grappler satellite.
I guess I'll go, like, does somewhere, like, around here make sense to you guys?
Say that again.
Does somewhere, like, in this range make sense to you guys?
Well, I mean, right now we don't know any positioning, so having us like spread out somewhat makes sense. So like having someone near the radio tower would make sense. Someone near the power generators makes sense. That way we can congregate as the forces come in and needed. Does that make sense? But we have point defense basically in each location.
What do you want to do, Eric? Where does Jasper Hiroka go? Okay. All right. So, is there anything you all want to do in the first round? Movement, shooting, anything like that?
My ghost ECM or my ECM activates.
Are you turning it on ECM mode or in activation mode?
ECM allows like indirect fire or prevents indirect fire and things like that from targeting and stuff.
If your ECM is active, you will be able to penetrate enemy comms chatter right now because you have a star.
I'll be able to like learn movement and things like that too.
Yeah, well, as long as the radio tower is on, you're going to be able to learn enemy movements, but you'll hear like what they're saying as they land. You'll hear their lance chatter essentially. That it won't work if Ghost Mech is on though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I think that's gonna give us a potential advantage.
Okay.
Question: are these turrets like
they've already been rendered non-functional by aerospace craft?
So nothing we can do there.
Yep.
Cool.
There are a bunch
I was hoping they were gonna back us up.
No, they're naval medium lasers that have already been destroyed. Paul, great news for you. A passing Leopard dropship begins ejecting mechs to join this fight. Mm-hmm. And the magnetic grappler satellite, which I'm going to move into position now, has a hunchback on it, and you're basically starting right next to the hunchback.
Destroy it. Do it.
So easy.
You could lock it and then gizmo the tool, the satellite
bye.
higher.
Goodbye.
Oops, I missed that.
It fell. It's back here.
That was really interesting.
Where'd it land? There it is.
For the rest of you, you hear the following chatter.
You're gonna have to lock it and gizmo it around Soundwave.
There we go. I'm just gonna let it sit on the edge over here.
So you're not sure which chatter's coming from, but you hear someone going, "All right, I'm going to keep position out here to prevent anything from flying around. Hey, I didn't hear that the enemy still had active aerospace fighters. I thought we'd suppress their defenses." And you hear somebody else go, "This is Dragon 4. I'm heading for the docks. Dragon 3, I'm heading for the other dock. Dragon 2, I'm going to disable the enemy radio tower."
What was your call sign, Soundwave? Soundwave.
Red 4 probably.
Yeah, let's go red 4.
Okay.
I didn't set one.
Okay. Side 4. Chatter indicates they've spotted you. Take out that hunchback. They're trying to keep us pinned down.
Roger that. Do my best. It's like,
Okay.
This was supposed to be an exhibition thing. It wasn't supposed to get into a fight here.
So,
Poor guy.
enemy Panthers have deployed on either end of the docks, and again, if they spend a full turn standing next to something, they can disable it. A Jenner has now deployed next to the radio tower. If that goes down, you won't know which enemies are coming in the next wave.
I think there's like a moment of just meditative state that Anko goes into, and just hear over comms.
They're coming.
So we haven't started the second round yet. This is the end of the first round deploying. Is there a plan you all want to come up with before we roll for initiative?
I have an idea.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Question for you, AP. Can we knock them off the station?
You can charge attack people, and I think pushing is a thing.
My plan to open it was to charge this Jenner. So I
So
don't know what you guys
charge
are thinking
attacks.
about.
If a charge attack exceeds, the target units must move as if it has been pushed, and the attacker advances into the charge unit's hex. So yes, if you commit a successful charge attack, you push someone off the edge.
Question. Jump jets, I get 5x distance, correct?
Correct, but if you fail a jump jet, you're just gonna go flying off into space forever.
I know.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Edge me
What's
into catching you.
yeah. Let's see. What's my distance
Wow,
here?
that would be really Gundam, right? To have someone get out there and be like, I'll have to catch you and bring you back.
Hey, are we rounding
would
down
be-
on that distance? Because that's a 15 right there. I could get there.
What's your jump range?
3
It's a 3, right? Yep. You can hit a 15.
times 5.
Where,
Are you just going to fucking death from above
Are you
this
gonna
guy?
death from above?
You're going to DFA round 1. DFA yeet this guy off.
Do I do it?
No, because you're going to miss
death.
and you're just going to kill yourself, dude. And I want to
Yeah,
introduce
dude.
another character.
I mean, if you die, that's it for the House of Seppaku. You're the last
For what it's
surviving
worth, though,
member.
it would be really funny. But no, you
It
should
would be
probably
really
shoot
funny.
them.
It sounds like something the guests should be doing.
That's
Yeah,
I'll
I mean,
plan
I'm
to
going for
charge the
Panther.
Jenner.
I'm going for Panther 2, for sure.
Panther 2. All right. Let's see. What range?
You
can
and I should focus fire.
Okay, so I should. Well, because they're not next. This one's not next to a power station yet. So
Yeah, so if we can stop this one, we might even be able to save this power generator. But I don't know. There's two schools of thought here. One is we can just take the L on that power generator and focus and kill this other one before another one gets hurt, or we should immediately start moving to stop him.
I think move to stop him because it's a light mech. It's a 35 tonner. And I think we can take it out in one turn.
Panthers, and also I don't know what model this Panther is, but like the Panther is like the Draconis Combine. Like it is their bread and butter besides the Jenner, and all it has is a PPC, which is not going to work. It's a hot mech on a good day. Right.
Got it.
So like this thing's going to be, it's got a PPC and I think an SRM 4 in its center torso, if I recall. I don't know its proper ones, but like you would know this. And so you would know this thing's going to get hot. So like you just, as long as you can just dodge a PPC shot, you're probably going to be in good times.
I can run to here, I think.
Yeah.
Panther 1
that's-
is a 9R type with a SRM and a PPC, and Panther 2 is an 8Z with an SRM 4 and a large laser.
Oh fuck, they got SRMs.
Okay, there you go.
Which I learned thanks to chat, thanks to Discord, that SRMs are very good in space battles. So
Yes, because you want to force location breaches.
right. Okay, so I can get to here with just my typical run, and then that way I don't have to do a piloting check. But I don't think I have the range. I don't know exactly. This is 9, or is that 10? That's 10.
It's also down 2 hexes as well. Oh, that doesn't matter in Battletech. Never mind. Yeah, it's 9.
All right, so 9. Let's see, what's my range again? Okay. Oh man, sorry. This is like such a dope ass battle map, but also extremely tension, nervous.
How far your jump jets go 3 times as far?
My medium Yeah, well, everything goes 3 times as far if you want to charge, use that. So I can go up to 15. I don't know if I can minimize that or catch myself necessarily.
I thought it was 5 times.
Oh, 5 times. Yeah, that's what I meant. So I can go up to 15 tiles. But
you gain heat for each of those spaces moved vis-a-vis jump jets.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, APs.
So wait, I would gain literally 20 heat if I jump 20 hexes.
Well, and also, well, okay.
Holy
so no.
shit!
You can just run
Oh
those.
my
You
God.
can just run that 20 hexes though.
Oh, well, I know that Jump Master or whatever it is something that Anko has. So that's 1 less heat. Is that correct? Or 2 less heat? I can't remember.
No, it's not. That doesn't give you any extra heat.
It lowers. So is it jumping jack?
Jumping jack, yeah.
Okay, so that gives you only a +1 to hit instead of a +3 to hit.
Oh, got it. That's the hit,
that
right.
has nothing to do with heat.
Nothing to do with heat. Okay, so yeah, I would get 3 heat, and then so I would maximize to a total of 7 heat if I did my LBs.
Or you don't have to use your jump jets.
I know, that's what I was just doing the math real fast.
What is 18 heat?
But running 6
shut
wait,
down a void on a 6+. Okay.
with running, how much heat do I generate with running? Is it just the distance, or is it?
You generate 2 heat for running.
Okay, so I would have a total of 6 heat from that. Okay. Yeah, so my goal is medium range I can get into because that's 12 for my LBs. So that's something I can do. Getting to short range is going to be hard, but I can do it. I can get to here.
I think it sounds like we've got a solid plan, so I think we should roll it up and
Okay. We're good. Let's go. Let's begin.
Okay. No one asked what your aerospace guy was doing, but we'll see.
Well, I thought we were assuming that
You're
he was
dealing with the
gonna
hunchback.
Yeah, I thought he was dealing with the hunchback.
I got a 7.
Sam? No, wait. Are you
I thought-
tacticaling it? Or am I tactical?
Is it
thought-
tactics?
Curl doesn't exist anymore.
I'm not Kuro.
No, but
Anko.
Anko still has good tactics.
What's your tactics?
You might have a little bit more than me, but
Let me ask, do you all trust?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
No.
well, all right. Well, there was no
No, that's
question
why I
on
said
that.
it would be Lachlan.
Yeah, it's 4.
Lachlan.
I don't have any tactics, so
Lachlan, no, it's not, I'm not saying you the one who makes the roll. You're the one who decides who's the person making the roll.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Would you choose? My tactic is 4.
Mine is as well.
I think probably unless like he had reason to believe that Anko was like a super tactician, he would trust Jasper more.
All right, cool.
6.
10 or 6. You don't add.
Yep. You absolutely racked me then. I forgot
don't
to
add your bonus
for
to
mine. I forgot to add for mine. So yeah, I still lose.
Right.
So the first thing that's going to happen is the hunchback pilot is looking around and over comms. I guess Anko is piping through the ECM'd comms. Then all of you hear, "What? This guy's behind me! I can't get rid of him! I'm going to have to make the jump."
And I think it's less of like her piping it through and more of like
He's going to jump. Prepare for shoot in the back.
He does in fact make the leap over.
Wait, hold on. Actually, can we spend a plot point to just make him fail?
Yes.
yes.
So
Remember, you don't have an infinite supply of these.
True.
That's fine. Removing a piece
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the board for a plot.
Yeah, Lachlan will spend one of his 3 plot points and remove him.
All right,
and
Lachlan,
make
this is
hunchback
what
fail.
happens. He jumps from the magnetic grappler satellite. It looks good. He's got his momentum on his side. He's going to make it. But then you recall that the plate that he's headed towards, that plate has fallen off due to his phase 7 renovations like regularly for the last 40 years. And his clawed boot of the hunchback hits that plate and the whole section gives way. And all of a sudden he goes from gracefully landing on the actual space station to soaring out into random space. And you hear him go, "No!"
Still attached to that plate.
Out as it gets out of range. No.
You hear somebody else go, "This is Dragon 2, Dragon 2, Dragon 1 requires pickup, send rescue dropship immediately."
So like, is this hex gone?
Yes.
Yeah. Anko,
That's some fine engineering right there.
So all the hexes are locked together, so I can't.
Yeah, so I just marked it. I marked it.
I appreciate that. All right,
Yeah, I got
well,
you,
that was
buddy.
my first move. That the Hunchback isn't dead, but he's effectively a non-combatant for this battle.
Why don't I go first and see if this charge works on
Just-
the
oh,
general?
Well,
the
remember,
general?
you can't commit to a melee attack if something moves, right? You want to wait until after they finish moving.
Oh.
Oh, I can't hit them with the charge before they move.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I
Got
guess
it.
I have to wait then.
So anyone wanting to melee is going to want to wait as late in the round as possible.
I can go first because I know what I'm doing. Wait
Are
a
you
second.
jumping? Are you running? There's a lot of hexes being moved.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so that's where I started, right?
Yep. You're also not facing a direction though.
Yeah, which direction are you supposed to be facing here?
I mean, honestly, I don't know because it's a flat piece. So
You have to when you,
You just gotta
deployed, you had
pick.
to be picking a face. So you
Yeah,
have to
I thought
choose
I
a
was-
face
Here you
now.
go.
okay. Wait, what
So
is that?
as we know, the name tag, if you can read it correctly, you're on the back side of the mech.
Oh, got
So
it.
this
Yeah,
is
but
the,
he
this
has
is
to
the
choose one
direction
of
the
these
mech
two.
was currently facing.
No, I was in the middle here.
Yes, I know, but I'm just saying you are now
he's
facing this
that way.
direction.
Got it.
Yes.
He's facing behind him. Understood.
Okay. So which direction
Random
did
road.
you want to start out facing?
I was gonna face towards the back because I knew the power generators were kind of
Well,
the
which
key
way?
thing that
Because
we're
you have
protecting.
two different.
Towards the civilians. I'm basically watching.
Yes, but
over
what I'm
them.
saying is there's two different hex facings that go that way.
I mean, is it okay if I just face towards the one I'm heading towards? Make it simple.
Sure.
Okay.
That works for me.
Okay.
Pick that
All
bad
right,
boy up and
so-
turn him.
Yeah. One. Well, if I jump, it's gonna be hard for me to control, right? Where
Yep.
I can
Remember
jump
what
to
just happened to
here.
that hunchback?
Yeah. But it's a piloting check, right? And what's the difficulty? Do I know? roughly?
The difficulty will be the it'll be your piloting skill modifier.
Well, my piloting skill is pretty good.
What is like a 3 or a 4?
My piloting is a 2.
Okay, then yes, it'll probably be very easy for you.
You just got to beat a 2 then.
Okay. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump because then I'm gonna try to.
So there's a penalty for it being half gravity or less. So
Okay.
it'll be you have to hit a 3. So you basically need to not hit double ones.
Got it. I think I have pretty good chances for that.
If it fails, you'll take 1 point of internal damage for each movement point you've spent jumping to each mech leg.
Say it again.
Okay, so the number of if it fails, if your check fails, you still land where you want to land, but each of your legs takes an internal point of damage for each space that you jumped. So basically, you like crush your own legs. in the
Yeah, you're
process.
crushing your actuators.
Yep.
Oh, got it. So, I mean, would it make sense then if I have a decent chance of surviving my piloting check with like edge and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have
you're not
incredibly
gonna
good
fail.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to
You
roll
have like a
double ones and
99
then not spend a plot point.
You you literally have like a
Yeah.
99% chance to not do this.
So I think I'm gonna get
98%.
within short range of my whatever
AC
guns I've
20s,
got.
AC
Yeah,
10s.
my AC 10s.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
All right. So Dragoon, you see like just rockets over here. I'm gonna get. Let's see. That's
lot of
Just remember, you build a point of heat for each jump hex.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot about the heat.
Well, you aren't committed to this yet, so you
Yeah.
have time to rethink this.
Yeah.
Just run it, man.
Yeah, I don't understand why you don't just run.
Just
Well, the
run to
reason
here.
why-
Just run to here.
Well, the reason why I wasn't gonna run
here.
is because I have the comms tower and stuff in my way, so I'd have to do all kinds of rotations. I don't have the distance for it. That's why I was
You have
thinking
five
run distance
times
is
your
5
running
times
distance.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't generate as much heat with it.
You only
No, you
generate
only
two
generate
for running.
two.
Heat for running.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay,
It's just
that
a
wasn't
flat
clear to
tube.
me. I thought I was still going to be generating 1 heat per. So it
No,
made more
that's only
sense to
for-
do jet.
that's
That
only
is
for
only
jumping.
ever for jumping. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep, because jumping, you're firing your engine to.
Okay. So yeah. So then I think then it makes sense to object.
You're like what? That's like 15 hexes away from you.
To go here, then it makes sense, right?
This is 9 hexes away from you.
9 is
9 hexes.
my. I mean, it's within medium range.
That's medium. That's medium for an LBX 10. So run there, and then
that was my
blast
secondary.
all your-
Like, with the option of going short range, I was like, oh, maybe.
If you run here, this Panther is going to get smacked by your LBXs. So do that, and make sure you shoot slugs.
Slugs, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run
fire
here.
position.
What was my call sign? 3?
Yeah.
Red 3.
Red 3 moving forward, protecting generators.
Now, just to make things more complicated to you, so you don't forget, Eric did say to fire slugs, and I'm always all for firing slugs, but the reason you fire cluster in space battles is because of the breach rule. So every time you take a hit at a location, you roll to see if it gets vacuum breached.
Okay. So,
but the other thing to note is that it's going to be 20 years before you can replace the slug or the cluster ammunition, and slugs are easily available.
Got it.
Each one of those you spend is permanent. Okay.
Don't forget your movement dice.
Yeah, you're gonna need a movement dice to track how many hexes you went.
Yeah. Somehow canister rounds don't exist in the 30 whatever century.
I mean, it's not about canister rounds. It's about, they specifically have to work with the type of weapon that they.
Where's the run dice?
Have you seen the
Wait, did
the
you
article
actually
on...
run, Eddie? I don't
Look,
think
we don't
you
even
did.
have precision ammo.
Yeah, I did.
No, let me do the math here.
He
'cause you only
ran.
moved
Your
9
walking
hexes, didn't
speed
you?
isn't 5 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said
there's-
all right, never mind.
Default autocannons can take precision and inferno ammo.
Those aren't invented for another 20 years.
I know. I gotta wait. I gotta wait.
Precision ammo isn't bad, but if I had to choose, I would take an ultra any day. If you haven't had a chance to yet, Eric, you should read the incredibly obscure 18th century naval artillery article on Wikipedia that breaks down the 50 different types of cannons that existed over the course of the Age of Sail. And they're like, yeah, sometimes they had trouble resupplying their guns because every cannon was a different goddamn size.
That's true.
And then
16
forts were
12s
like,
and
all right,
20s
well,
and-
what if we heated the cannonball up, but now we're firing hot shot, but the ball expands in the barrel, so now we need a slightly bigger barreled gun to fire the same size round.
All right, so I need to roll a piloting check, correct?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
How many hexes did you move?
I only moved an extra 1 hex.
Okay.
But how many
on top of
total
my,
hexes did you move?
6 or 7.
Okay, so you
So
have
you
a
should have
3.
plus 3.
Yeah.
No, you moved more than that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Facings
1.
and stuff.
Oh wait, number of hexes or your
Hexes.
total movement?
It's
Okay,
the number of
hexes.
hexes is the defense modifier you get.
Yeah, because you're
It's 8 hexes, so 3's right.
hold on. You need to make if you're going that way, this is a drop, and that's a move, isn't it? That stops your movement if you drop.
No, it doesn't. It's a 3.
Is that only in water?
Only water makes you
Only
big
water
opponents, so-
drops drop your movement. Okay,
Correct.
Never mind.
This
I don't know what I'm
drop right
talking
here,
about then.
so
My
you can
bad, dude.
you can only go down plus or minus 2 at any time. More than that is a fall. But this would just be a 3 movement to go up, and
I mean,
2
I
to go.
think fictionally, you actually don't even hit that square
Right.
while you're going down here. You just literally just float down.
your
You're
legs
down.
pump in the
You're just
process.
like woo-jaw down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the slow-mo of walking down the stairs.
Yeah,
and
it's literally
gravity.
like Crouching Tiger,
Yeah.
Hidden Dragon, Featherfall shit.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
soon as
No,
you get
it's
to the other side of it.
Armageddon for sure. We're literally just you guys are rich oil tycoons who've been trained to
God.
blow up asteroids as an astronaut nuclear
Oh my god,
engineers.
making all kinds of references here. Okay,
Defending our asteroids and our cattle masters.
Dragon 4 is going to hold position and begin disabling the power generator next to him. If he is still here at the beginning of the next round, that power generator will be shut down.
Okay. I got an 8 on my
I'll go.
piloting checks. I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
And I think I'll go then.
Got it.
Should we commit everything to Dragon 4?
Let's take him out. Yeah, and we can switch targets afterwards.
All right. And then
I'll
I
take
get
care
to
of the Jenner,
run
y'all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can get to him.
Uh-oh.
I moved 5 times my movement, not 4 times, right? Well, regardless, it's 16, so I'm running a lot. Yes.
Okay. Are you committing to a charge, or are you just going to run up to him and physically attack?
Charging resolves afterwards.
Charge resolves at the same time as physical attacks normally would.
Right, but not shooting. Yeah, you know what?
Charging can
commit to a charge.
Charging can deal damage. I mean, charging will deal damage to you.
Yep.
But not
No,
nearly
I will
much.
just move to a physical attack him.
Okay.
I have a hatchet that does a fuck ton of damage, so I'll just do that.
Yeah, it's definitely
But I have to make a
true.
piloting test to do this.
Yeah.
To make the run, yes.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Gravity. Okay. You guys should probably continue to use the red dice and the regular thing, because I'm using picture-in-picture to show those dice, so whenever you roll,
Sorry.
the audience will
got it.
will
So they don't
it.
see it. Understood. Yeah.
So they'll
I'm sorry about that.
with the white dice, they won't
you.
see it. That's why I only roll the white
I
dice.
rolled an
when
8.
I'm rolling
I'm
opposition.
okay.
7th round. Okay, Dragon 3 is going to move forward. He ain't crazy, so he's just gonna go regular speed.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He just heard his buddy go Wilhelm scream off into space. Uh-oh.
I better go slow here.
We're just gonna take our time.
And he's gonna start
while they're looking
attempting.
at him.
He's gonna start attempting to disable this power generator. You guys are up.
So we should probably, if you don't mind,
power-
Soundwave.
the far one or the
should
middle
probably-
one?
The
Far one.
Got it. Thank
Back
you.
here.
Soundwave, you should probably go first so I can charge at this Jenner.
You're going for the Jenner up top.
Yeah, so that we don't lose the radio tower.
All right. So how you want to do this AP, since there is no tiles between and whatnot?
You're gonna have to do some crazy ass math, I think.
I mean, if, we're
If
doing
I
like
had my
normal
preference,
ground
you'd
here-
be in mech mode for this. But you're the only man who's ever been on an aerospace fighter on my show, so I assume you know the rules better than me.
Yeah.
Red 4, we've got Panther 1 engaging with power generator. See what you can do. Good work on the...
What was the other mech? Sorry.
Hunchback.
Hunchback.
You
Yeah, I
didn't
did
do
that.
anything. The hunchback just got scared.
I did that. That's all me. You're welcome.
Good work.
Well, I mean,
Hunchback.
if you go boo and then somebody falls off a cliff, like you did
Yeah,
something.
I mean,
so-
you definitely did something.
All right, yeah. That's,
that's-
what you're describing is a crime, yes.
That's where I end up. It's a little wonky here,
Yeah, I think
I'll end up
Anko's
there,
like,
but I'm flying over the Panther.
Good work spooking the Hunchback.
So I'm going to be at altitude 4 and velocity 2. Since I don't lose velocity, I don't have to spend as much points on it, because
nice.
vacuum is wonky.
What is going on with this red dye over here? It's like hanging up above these turrets.
I can only imagine the Panthers.
Oh, bye.
What the?
Bye into the abyss.
Striking.
All right, yeah,
is
that Panther
2.
suddenly has a really bad day.
Oh, Phoenix Hawk is going to the. Oh, okay. I thought we were going
No,
to
the Phoenix
Squad
Hawk
one.
is. It has to fly over it though.
Oh.
In fighter mode, I fly over because I'm
Yeah.
going to do a strike.
Oh,
mode, which is-
cool.
It's like
It's
a
hard to
strafe,
see
but
its
I'm just hitting one
trajectory.
guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's dope as hell.
All right, so just for the audience at home, I don't know if I can actually paint this, but you fly like this, basically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
that
much. Where I hit this one here and just come straight across.
Yep.
Bro.
works. Strafing run.
So you'd be taking the Panther from behind?
Rear arc on the shot.
It came from behind.
This Jenner is going to begin attempting to disable the radio tower.
Oh, it didn't even move.
I would like
Bold move.
to
Didn't need
spend 2 points of movement to turn around. And then I believe I can charge this guy. So that's 1. It's 2, 3 because I have to move down, right?
Yep.
2, 3. Then 4 to move it to turn again. 5, 6, 7 to turn. 8 to charge into his space.
Yes.
So I will need a piloting check.
Charging unit must spend the MP. Okay, so you have to spend enough MP to enter the generous hex to get a charge attack.
So that's 8. That's
okay.
8.
All right. Next, if you take damage during the weapon attack phase that forces you to make a piloting skill roll, your roll is normal. A failed attack basically means you miss.
Gotcha. All right, so here's my piloting roll for the movement I just did. I am A-okay with an 8. I needed to beat a 4.
Okay. Ain't crazy. This ain't gonna be good. Now, how many hexes did you move? Because you're gonna need to know that for the charge attack.
8 total hexes. So
that's how many movement points you spent. How many hexes did you move?
Oh, good question. So I was started here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th hex takes me into the generous space.
Okay. All right, so you'll deal 1 point of damage for every 10 tons times 5.
That's a lot of damage, actually.
Oh, hexes moved do not count the hex containing the target. Okay,
so 4.
4
times 4 then.
Okay, so you'll deal 4 times your
7
mech
times
weight divided
4.
by 10.
I will deal 28 damage.
That's not so good. All right, has everyone moved then?
Is there a chance of knockback as well, so knocking them off potentially?
I think we all moved.
If you hit, he is 100% pushback.
Yeah.
He is displaced.
This dude is fucked if I hit.
Yes. Yes, he is. Okay. Panther 2 is spending his turn disabling the power generator. And Dragon 4 and Dragon 3 and Dragon 2 are all committed to disabling their various generators, so you guys get free shots.
Okay.
So just to be clear, their mechs are like very close to these objects. Some of them might be putting a hand on them or something, and they're just running like electronic warfare suites. They really did not expect like a strong mech defense here. Yeah. You probably hear panic chatter like, Dragon 4, this is Dragon 3, there's something moving up here. And Dragon 3 is just like, I think I just got overshot by an aerospace fighter. What happened to the aerial defense suppression? And then we hear, because he's probably going to be shot in the back, I've been shot in the back! Star Wars bridge shaking noises!
Brace for impact.
Dragon 2 probably goes,
Stay on target.
Dragon 2 goes, I think it's all clear up here. No, wait, there's a shadow from the planet. What's that? It's huge!
It's a man. It's a person. It's literally walking towards me.
Okay, take your shots, guys.
All right. Do you mind if I go first, Hatchet Man?
Please.
Go for it.
So, my LBs. So if I do cluster rounds versus slug, obviously I can replace easier, but I want to get this guy off of here.
Okay.
And all right, question for y'all. Do you think I should save the LB rounds for like bigger, harder targets? Or should I just go for it with this Panther and try to knock him off?
I think those rounds are as useful now as they're ever going to be.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm wondering if like, so how many rounds do I have?
Dude,
AP? Just because
I don't think I would waste it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to waste this dude.
You have 7 rounds left before the evacuation of the civilians finishes. Then you need to wait for the unfinished business to show up and evacuate you.
So 7 total rounds to potentially combat. But no, I meant rounds of ammo is how much did
you have 10, I believe. I mean, your ammo sheet will say it's right here.
So it's only what was on my mech. I didn't get anything else.
You have 10 cluster rounds remaining, and you have 2 LBX-10s. So I mean, you'll fire 2 of those rounds every time you fire both of them. So that's like 5 rounds of shooting that off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do slugs.
Okay.
I want to save those. That's not a lot.
Okay.
I mean, maybe would it make sense to do like 1 slug and 1 cluster?
Not really. It just kind of feels like if you're gonna commit.
That's where I'm at too.
All right, fuck it. I want to see what they do. We'll do it for this one. All right. So let's see. What's my? So it's medium range. Help me with the math here. So medium
What's
range.
your gunnery score?
My gunnery score is 3.
All right. It's 3 plus 2 for running. 2 for medium range. So that's 7.
Hitting on 7s. Okay.
Cluster has a -1 to hit, so you hit on a 6.
Oh wow.
Are you committing to hitting with both LBX 10s and nothing else?
Yeah, because that's the other thing is the PPC, so there's no reason in hell why I would find that right now.
Make your roll. I'm gonna need to get
if I hit update, it does the whole thing, right?
Well, you have to hit 2d6. So you need to double press it. Double press 2d6 while the dice are in the air. No.
Oh,
you have to press
so
it
like
twice.
This?
Yeah. Okay.
Like that,
So
okay.
no. This is a new discovery we found out. When you hit roll or you hit R like that, it only induces momentum in one direction.
Oh,
so there's
I
a
need to hit
possibility the
2d6
dice will
multiple
only
times.
roll along one face. So
Got
you
it.
need to hit 2d6 twice in a row. So try that now.
Double tap it.
Yep, double tap it. Yes, that worked. Now hit update. That hit.
Whoa. Okay.
All right, you hit with all 10 because you're a real motherfucker.
Because that's a god tier cluster shot.
Yeah,
Yep,
that really is.
That's upsetting. That's very upsetting. This just happened to me.
You're going to be rolling a lot of location tables, so
yesterday.
stand by.
Yep.
But
Okay.
no tax, though.
Fucking Solaris Knights.
Yeah.
First location is left arm for 1 point of damage. This is...
But it's only 1 point of damage?
You're rolling...
Yes, clusters 1 point for each one.
Your cluster shots are like an SRM 10. Each of them does 1 damage because you're shooting
Okay.
a scatter shot at somebody.
Got it. Okay.
So that's why you're gonna be rolling a lot of locations as the
I
spread of the
basically
shots
just
goes or
launched
something.
like a
shotgun.
micro meteor storm like impales this dude.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
did.
shot him with mech-sized buckshot.
Yeah. Okay.
It does not infiltrate his mech. Okay, so I need you to come up here where these 5 sets of dice are.
Okay.
Just select and roll all of them at once. These are going to
all
be
of
your...
these?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna just like hit R several
Twice.
times, right?
Yep.
Do pellets go 2 at a time? Is that the idea? Or you're gonna do this twice?
7 is center torso. I'm just going to get a set of dice over here. I'm going to ask you guys where the locations are because this is going to take a really long time. Otherwise.
Yeah. So I'll just do the
Center.
colors, right? I'll just say 7.
Okay.
7 again.
No, that's a 6.
Oh, sorry, 6.
I need somebody to tell me where it is on the location chart.
Oh, I'll read off the location part.
Okay.
So 7 center torso, 6 right torso.
8.
Give me a second. There's a filter that's preventing me from actually... I'm just going to take this away. I'm just going to have to trust that you guys don't come over here and cheat. See what the upcoming waves are.
Gotcha.
Just clip them.
Okay.
I won't do it for you.
You just you could have dragged those existing ones out of the filter.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what's happening. Something is preventing me from writing directly on the sheets again. So I need to raise them up off the ground
It's
to
probably,
write on them properly.
it's probably that too.
All right, so first hit was left arm. Then the first hit from those dice was center torso. What's the second hit from those dice?
Right.
It's a
Right torso.
6.
Right torso for 6.
And what
8 is
angle am I?
left torso.
Left
Your
torso.
front rear.
And then I've got another 8.
That's another left torso.
And
Okay.
I've got a 5.
That's a right leg.
Right leg.
All right. I now need to roll for 5 breaches.
Oh my goodness.
No. No. Yes. So it was center, right, left torso is now breached. So everything that's in there is non-functional. It loses all of his SRM ammo and 4d6.
That is awesome news.
Okay, so the armor is still there. It's just that it can't use anything in its left torso, and
Yeah.
by extension, left arm.
That's all right.
So
And I'm gonna annihilate this thing in the melee phase. So you're good.
He's no bueno.
yeah.
It was another left torso hit, and it gets breached. And then right leg is good. All right, now I need you to select 4 of those pairs
Okay.
and roll that, and those will be the last 4 shots.
All right, we got a 7.
Center torso.
We got a 9.
Left leg.
We got a 3.
Right arm.
We got an 11.
Left arm.
All right. Center torso not breached. Left leg not breached. Right arm not breached. And left arm not breached.
Oh, the left arm's
breached.
dead because the torso's dead, though.
Right, but there's still armor there, and there's still
Yeah.
internal structure there.
All right.
Cool.
But yeah, so you fire off your first LBX, and you watch as a puff of oxygen escaping forcefully breaches into the mech, and everything on that side of the mech stops functioning. It's left Jenner rotating thingy, or left it's a panther. Its left arm basically just kind of hangs there limply, and you can see like the pilot is trying to get the arm to move, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I think you'll hear over the comms. You hear,
Oh, these cluster shots are something else.
Okay, well now you have to fire the second one.
wait, what?
You said you were
Okay,
committing to
copy, Red
firing both LBX-10s, right?
I know, I didn't realize that was just one of them. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
That will hit.
That's an 11 on the. Oh,
No,
no, I
it's a
already did
4.
it.
No.
Well, no, you hit
I-
update.
yeah,
You
I'd
hit
already-
update. No, you hit update before the dice finish
Yeah.
rolling.
These dice here have to land and
Yeah.
be done before you hit update.
Yeah.
So you hit 2d6, let these dice land, and then you hit update.
You caught them while they were in the air.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't understand why that matters, though.
If you
Because
update
it
while it's in
reads
the
the-
air,
When you hit
then it-
update, all of these 4 shots will pick whatever the facing of the die is, while the die is literally still rotating. So you're just taking a snapshot of them rotating instead of landing, and so that's why they change.
Yeah, you
So
caught them
you're
in
hitting
the
it
air.
too fast. You have to let them land.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right,
'Cause
you
these spill out the facing of all dice.
Well, the reason why I'm a little upset because I got an 11 on the cluster dice.
Yes,
that's why.
but you
Yeah.
also got a 2 on the to hit, so you would have missed entirely.
Yeah.
Your snapshot was a 2. All right, so I need you to roll these 3 additional dice up here for location. 3 sets of dice. 5 is a right leg.
All right,
8.
so I got an 8.
Left torso. That's already breached. Another 8. Same thing, breached.
Okay.
And a 10 is the
And
left arm.
Okay.
That one side is just getting ripped up.
I mean, if you breach the leg, it's basically over for this guy. Nope, 7, he's good. All right, so I mean, the second round isn't as brutal, but it still rocks him. All right, who's next on completely screwing over this Panther pilot?
I'm not shooting this round, so
Soundwave.
probably Soundwave.
Shoot. Yeah.
I don't think you're shooting either,
Right,
Sam,
so
right?
you're strafing
Nope.
and you're only passing over the Panther?
Panther. Yeah.
Okay,
I did my math. I am hitting on 7s because he moved 1, correct?
correct.
Okay, so yeah, 7s. So I'm firing. Let me double check my sheet. Firing my snub nose PPC. And let me see, what's my heat dissipation? 20. So I'm going to fire everything. That puts me exactly
Oh,
at 20.
yeah.
Wow, that
So
must be
2
nice.
ER laters and a snub nose PPC. So I'll fire the PPC first because it's fancy. That's a miss. And the
So the
army
side of
unit-
your space station, Lachlan, takes a sort of lightning whip bolt traveling at incredible speeds. Imagine a PPC, but it's strapped to a jet engine. So there's now a very shallow scar of lightning damage all up and down the side of the station.
It's very odd. It's not the normal pretty whip. It's actually kind of weird looking because it's an experimental weapon technically still.
Oh, if you recall, Soundwave, I don't know how you built your character, but you may have some edge if you.
He does.
With
He has at least one.
You could in
That's
theory
true. I
reroll
forgot
the
about
1,
that.
but you can also save it for later.
I would
Uh,
say that this is really early in the mission to spend that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
fair enough.
And it's on the PPC, so it's the fancy shot. I'll keep going. ER medium laser 1.
Yep.
That is a hit. Location 5.
Get him.
The rear.
So
rear left
5
torso, right?
is, yeah. Rear
That's
right
5
arm.
damage, right?
Mhm.
All right, you completely destroy the rear right torso armor, breaching it.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Kills
Nice.
location, right? So it's 8. Yeah.
It's rear.
That's left torso.
Oh, that's right side. I keep saying it. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. You're right. So that.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep, we're right.
All right. So again, he loses 4 heat sinks and an SRM bay.
Nice.
The mech kind of gets. It's almost like someone pushed him from behind as the oxygen vents out the backside of his mech. Whoosh.
All right, final shot.
Nice.
Hit. 6,
Good strike.
which is right torso.
Heck yeah.
For a 4 on the.
Oh,
4 is
no, I'm
right
on the
arm.
wrong side. I'm seeing in the blue. I'm backwards here. 4. You're right. So
Right
right
arm.
arm. Yep. For 5.
That's 7 damage, right?
No.
No, that's ER pulses.
Yeah, these are just ER medium lasers.
you
So
see
they're
mediums.
5 each.
9. It almost breaches.
Dang.
I think you see as you strike its right arm in the back, like coming from the elbow, there's a thin stream of oxygen flowing out before like he extends the arm fully and that joint gets hidden inside the mech's, like, I don't know what to call it, baffles or something.
Yeah, like a seal just is lined up just right. He's like, up. Dang.
It's to you, Hatchet Man and Black Knight.
Hatchman doesn't shoot. And Black Knight's not shooting either.
Right, that's what I'm
So-
saying. It's
so
melee
melee.
time.
Understood. Sam?
Sure, I can go first. Am I rolling my to hit, or do
You
I
are.
use
You do
piloting?
still need to hit this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I start at 2. I've run, so that's a +2. So I think that's it.
Okay. So it's your
Well,
piloting
this is a piloting
skill.
test, right? So
Yes.
piloting skill, not gunnery.
It's piloting skill.
Are you 2-2? Sam?
Sam?
We lost Sam.
I know.
He alt tabbed
Hello?
probably, and so
There
it
we go.
probably killed him.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
All
roll
right,
with your piloting skill.
No, yeah,
not
I'm
with your
at
gunner.
3-2, so it'll be 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit the D2D6 multiple times.
Alrighty, here we go. Got to beat a 5.
Whew.
That'll do
Got
it.
it.
7.
That's
Okay.
And then you're gonna roll a d6 for the location, not a 5. Not that. Don't ignore that location.
No,
so-
he's not punching. He's charging.
charging.
He's charging, so he's going to hit in multiple different locations.
Oh yeah, he does his tonnage to like multiple locations, right?
so
Like artillery.
You deal 28 points of damage, and you deal them in 5-point increments. So the first one is at location 5, which is, I'm not sure where. Someone's going to need to walk me through this.
Location 5 is...
Is this straight on? Right leg if centered.
Yes.
Front. Okay. Front facing. Okay.
4, 5.
So you're gonna need to roll 4 more sets of dice, right?
Actually 5.
5 sets.
What? He's doing 20 damage, right?
28.
Oh, it's 28. Yeah. So the last.
Does not breach. All right, damage 6 to 10. Where does this hit?
He hasn't done it yet. There you go.
Okay, so that's
8.
gonna be center torso.
Did you hit update yet?
No, he just rolled. He just rolled. His,
I thought
his
I was
sets.
supposed to re-roll the like sets.
Oh, that's fine too. Yeah, sure.
So here's
Okay.
the 5 sets that he rolled off.
Yep,
Sam,
we're-
read them off, and I'll read them off the locations. Okay, so give me the number, and I'll give you the
We got
corresponding.
an 8,
8 left torso,
a 10,
10 left arm,
9,
9 left leg,
5,
5 right leg,
and a 6.
6 right torso,
I'm getting smacked.
Well, one of
and the last
legs
one's at a 3 damage.
is non-functional. Where was the last one?
Last one was 6, which is right torso.
For 3 damage. So left arm is breached, which means the 2 medium lasers are non-functional. The right leg is breached, which means this guy's probably about to face plant and die.
Yeah, he's gonna take a piloting test. Stand up.
I mean, he needs to make several more breach checks before he makes that piloting test.
Also, doesn't he get knocked back into no square?
Yep. Well, left arm was already breached, but now it's double breached. Torso is not breached, and other torso
Yeah, I don't know how he's.
didn't roll correctly. And left leg. Okay. Now you take an amount of damage equal to
Just the number of hexes, I believe.
Probably.
Right?
if the charge targets a blah 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 blah, you take a number equal to its weight rounded down by 10 up. So you take 4. Sorry, I said rounded down, but I meant up. So you take 4 damage, and you take your 4 damage to.
Isn't a Jenner 35?
Yes.
Oh, so you round up 3.5.
Yep.
Got it.
Oh, wait, do you round up on my charge as well?
No. For your tonnage, yes.
Oh, then it should have been 80 instead of 7. It should have been 8 times.
32. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to make a difference.
It shouldn't matter. Yeah.
This guy isn't going to. I mean, he's going to be flung out into oblivion and die.
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't matter.
I mean,
good to know for next time.
Do we just want to all agree that this guy's fucking yeeted into space and then move on?
So you take a hit to your left torso.
Okay, so left torso for how much damage? 1?
4.
4. Got it.
Snake eyes on the breaching roll, so you're good.
Left torso for. Oh wait, it's not updating. What's going on here? Oh, there. Oh, never mind. It was just really slow. Sorry. Cool. All right. So we got 16 left torso left,
Okay.
and no breach. You said.
No breach. He
no
rolled
breach.
snake eyes.
So he is pushed into the turret square, actually, not away. I mean, if you had come from this direction, you would have been able to push him off into space. So you guys move like that.
Oh, I didn't even know you could occupy the turret square.
I mean, this one over here. Yeah, he's got problems because now he's occupying a full. So you basically like throw him back into his shattered turret, and his mech's like lying on its back. He's still got all kinds of problems though. So you need to make another piloting skill check at +2 to see if you fall.
Okay.
So 5+.
He definitely falls because he had a leg destroyed. So
Need to hit a 5.
you do not.
No.
I think I should
Edge that
probably spend edge on this. Yeah, so I'm gonna re-roll both of those with one of my
You can
edges.
spend a
Also
plot point
follow.
to intentionally not fall. Just to.
I've already spent 1 plot point.
Okay. All right.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, you got to spend your edge. Like, don't fall over.
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have 2 edge left.
Every plot point you give gives to AP. So
Yes.
Oh my God.
That'll do it.
5
You just didn't want to
weeks
stand
by,
up
right?
on this one.
It's 5+, so he wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very
Over
barely, but I got it.
Oh,
Wow.
goddamn. Well done.
I feel like you charge out of the sun. You charge like out of nowhere. You come around the corner. You wham him. He goes flying back. But as you land, you've got like 1 foot in place, and you're windmilling your arms
Yeah.
in low gravity. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Trying to reverse swim.
Oh damn! I had
like-
enough movement to come from the other direction too, so I really goofed this up. Oh.
Like the 1980s HUD of like your craft. You see like the gyro in your fucking mech just going like,
Error,
it's
out of alignment.
It's giving you
Out of
like the red bracket warnings like
Yeah,
over
exactly.
the gyro as you're like doing this, and then it finally like and as you're like trying to like align it back in, and it works out.
I was imagining a little bit that you like use the dead turret as like a equalizer, like you like slammed into it or something like that.
He's not yeeted off into the sun.
Not yet. His left leg takes 4 points of damage, which breaches that. So he's not yeeted. However, he falls to the ground, and both his legs are totally non-functional. So
He's now become a turret.
since he doesn't have arms, he
Yeah,
cannot
arms.
actually stand up.
Yep.
Wow.
He's just there.
So his mech is basically just stuck in. It's entangled in the wreckage of the turret.
All right.
It's not going to stop him from turning off the radio tower, unfortunately. He is still an active mech.
But doesn't he have to start over because he's not in the same space?
I will buy that explanation, even though I think it's total bullshit.
Well, I was
I'll
gonna say
buy
like
it.
The only reason I'm asking for that is because I didn't realize that I wasn't knocking him off, and I could have come from the other
right.
direction if I had realized that. But
Did you hit, Eric?
Yeah, I just hit.
Okay.
It's Hatchet Attack 1. My to hit was 5 because it's 3+2. But I have to roll a d6 to see where I actually hit him.
That's not how hatches work. They attack.
They also do hit
regularly.
locations.
Yes.
Okay. Why would I ever use a hatchet? Why didn't I just make a mech that punches? This sucks. All right.
Triple strength
Fine.
Myanmar punching medium mechs is very popular.
Yeah. Shout out to our boy Ratosaurus.
I mean, it's also how Yen Lo Wang
Centurion is
worked. The
Yeah.
Yen Lo Wang mech. In fact, the only Solaris tournament winners who have ever won in a medium mech were all three of them were TSM mediums that won by punching. Tsang,
so-
Centurion, Centurion.
9 damage right arm. Wait, just what happens to my damage running this way? Anything?
Nothing, because you didn't charge.
I didn't charge, right? I just hit him. So
wanted to
9
make a
damage right
hatchet
arm.
attack.
Next attack.
And again.
Fucking barely hits again. Sorry, right leg. 9 damage.
That's a nice just side shot. Just, yeah.
It's just like one slash like through both of them. So he's taking took 18 damage total. 9 damage right leg, 9 damage right arm.
Right arm is not breached. Right leg is not breached. Okay.
Bueno, though.
All of you
He's
need
falling
to,
over.
I mean, he needs to make a piloting skill check for that to happen.
Yeah.
You're right. He did take 20 points of damage, so he needs to make that check. But
If he falls
potentially-
over, does that disrupt his ECM?
No, because he's still on the square next to it.
How's this guy not dead?
He
All right.
Barely.
does fall over.
Okay.
What I need to roll one of these.
Just fall over in 0G, create momentum where he then.
No.
What is this?
Good try.
To start with, it's not 0G, it's 0.2G.
Yeah, well, that's still,
keep
he's
that
still
from
gonna have
happening.
momentum.
So okay, so we're gonna lose this power generator. Got it.
It's
That's fine.
1 out of 4.
Yeah.
6 to the left-hand side is his
He's no
left
bueno.
leg.
Was that a ghost?
Oh, it's a ceiling fan.
I saw the flicker of the light, and I was like,
Oh, I used to drive me nuts.
We're not going to have time for
Spacing it.
another round, right?
That's
I can
correct.
close out. All
We
right, I'll close
definitely
out
need to
tabletops and-
concentrate on doing heat, though, for anybody that built some, which is everyone.
No, I'm good.
Two for me.
Okay, you son of a bitch.
I'm pretty sure I'm okay too because I only got heat from running, right?
Right.
Yep. And then
Yeah,
I just
so
So the
I
question is, how much can
dissipate
you
it.
dissipate? Which
4.
All right, you're good.
yeah, I dissipate too. So.
Eddie's got
ran for
problems,
2.
however.
No, I don't.
You.
No,
I
got built.
generated 6, and I built. I generated 6, and I dissipate 4, so I only generate 2 heat.
Yeah, you have heat problems.
Compared to anybody else.
It's not a problem, AP.
It's gonna be a problem.
Nah, not if I just
One day
Alternate.
it should be a problem.
All right, the power generator is disabled at the start of the next round, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove it so I don't forget.
Roger.
As you're
Same.
watching,
Hold on.
you see docks. The docks, like part of the lights go off with the. You see a temperature gauge on the outside suddenly spiking as it's the heat sinks that regulate the internal temperature are no longer working. If this continues, it's going to get either very hot or very cold and very dark in there.
Lore question: does Davian use standard or metric units?
Please,
Everybody
please,
uses
metric.
everybody uses metric. That's why mech
Thank
speed is
God.
measured in kph and
you.
meters.
Well, British people measure their engines in kph, but still use miles. So like,
Yeah, well, screw them.
I don't know how to answer that question.
and like we look, there'd be no question for anyone except for Davian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
But it's
I
also
don't know.
like
Comstar
like
might
the-
come up with its own units.
yeah, for
They're
sure.
gonna measure in cubits.
Wow. Oh my God.
We only measure things in joules.
Yeah.
There's only one unit, and it's variations of that.
I
unit.
mean, a C-bill literally is a measure of the amount of data that can be sent in 1 millisecond of an HPG. So
oh
yes,
my God.
they do measure everything.
C distance.
Let's do a quick go around and see how everybody's feeling about this battle. Sam, how's it going for you so far?
Well, I feel like I made a pretty giant mess up there by not pushing the Jenner out into space instead of into the.
Sure, but it's
Turret,
literally
but-
your first space battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You
but
didn't fly
so
off.
Probably won't
beyond
be your
that-
last one.
so far so good, and I really think this is a neat setup. I'm into it. So
Yeah.
Next time I will be at my full setup, so we won't have to deal with no video. And I apologize for that, everyone. And yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for playing this game. This was a blast as always.
Yeah.
Eddie, what do you got? How'd you feel this went?
I thought it went all right. I was a little disappointed with the limited number of breaches that I got or where I hit, but that's okay.
Limited number? You disabled a left arm and a left torso.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's on the ground begging for mercy after being hit twice with an axe. What more do you want?
But the power generator still went off.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. AP. I've got some questions
Yeah.
about how these systems work. All right, as a science. Anyway,
I mean, he got it done before we could kill him. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
Before he fell over.
I'm more just Josh and IP.
It's that dramatic thing of like, oh, we thought we got it, and then we see like the fucking thing turn off. You know,
Oh yeah,
hand-
at the last
his
second
hand
you're
still
like, we're
touched
good,
it.
and then it's like, warning, unauthorized breach detected.
Yeah.
It's like as you hit him with the axe, his hand actually swung out that wasn't working. He was still holding on as he fell. Like, no.
Yeah.
Jaiza.
But no, I thought it was really cool. Like, I mean, the setup is amazing. Definitely one of the more intricate and like dynamic battles that you set up for us, which I'm really excited to see where it goes. Not excited about the number of rounds we had to survive, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's actually why I'm not charging.
Yeah.
So I don't want to damage myself any more than I should.
Although you could have
can.
saved the power generator if you did.
I've got. Look, I'm
Sam
a big, hefty Black Knight, so
I'm a heavy light mech. Like I can't actually, like my weakness is how paper thin my armor is. I can't take any extra hits I want. And I hit twice with my axe, so I was trying for that.
no, that worked out good. I think.
Yeah.
So far, honestly, I think this battle has gone about as well as it could have.
Yeah. Bringing jumping jack though, and this one was a mistake.
The hunchback hitting that faulty plate was freaking gorgeous.
That was good.
Great use of a plot point, honestly.
Eric, how are you thinking this going?
I think it's a mistake for me to bring jumping jack, knowing that again heat free checks a move. My heat
I think the hatchet is a
dissipation
big
real
difference.
bad, but the hatchet has to carry me. And so there's going to be, I'm excited for the time where I have to look at the situation and I have to go really hot and just jump at somebody with my hatchet. I'm really excited.
Look, if you really want to punch somebody, I think your mech has 2 articulated hands. You can punch 3 times instead of hatcheting
my AC-10's
twice.
in my arm. I have a hand as well.
Okay.
So I could.
Well, then you can punch twice with the same arm. Psh, psh.
Okay. I don't think about that.
Yeah.
But I can't hatchet and punch.
Correct. But you can, instead of hatcheting twice, you could punch twice and try to hit somebody in the head.
Yeah, that's
because a head breach kills the pilot.
Yeah, and if I hit twice, I literally have 2 chances to roll a 6.
Then we do that thing where
good.
you drag a mech to the dropship to salvage it, but this time the mech only weighs 1/5 of what it should weigh, so it's a lot easier to move. It's just stopping when you get it into the mech bay is the problem.
Yeah, no, that's why I just stop it at rest on the back wall of where all the civilians are, like the giant warehouse stores. I just lay it there as I go and move on. But yeah, we'll see. This is fun though. I'm really excited about this one. This feels great. Like this is something. This just feels so different than the first season as far as fights go, and I love it.
That's definitely a great transition.
I mean?
Well, I'll tell you that it was inspired by Pano the Mad. Pano said that I really peaked on A Time of Total Warfare in the 2nd season with the hotel mission, which is where they had to defend multiple locations at the same time from a smaller, lighter force, but there was a very real threat that any one of the locations could have fallen. And so I kind of recreated that battle, but also I'm just angry that Pondo said I peaked in season 2 because that was only 1/3 of the way through the show.
Season 3 though is so good. That's hard.
Yeah, EricVulgaris guests in there. We get the EricVulgaris headshot touch.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
Soundwave,
okay,
welcome. How do you think the battle? Well, it's probably going great for you.
It's great for me. I didn't have to deal with that guy on that satellite. That was worrying me more than anything else. Because as soon as you throw that map up there, I'm like, there's no hexes. Like 90% of this map table doesn't have hexes. That means I have to do this myself. Because that's the thing with the if you're doing a straight ground map for the aerial fighter, every one of their velocities instead of regular movement is like 16 squares or 16 things. So I'm moving a minimum of 16, and I'm like, okay, math 32. I don't want to go 1. I got to be able to turn and all this other stuff. And I've looked into hard for vacuum and stuff like that, and there's a lot of extra rules. And at the end, it's just like it's a lot faster for us if we just keep it as the ground map. And
you could land and go into battle mech mode.
I could actually.
You can scream Triformers as it happens.
I laughed with that with somebody saying that why would I not try to do, because you can't straight between one end to the other, you have to go to the air mech. I was like, why wouldn't you want to just go as the air mech for like at the beginning of the turn as you're like doing like a dynamic entry move? And I was like, that would break the flimsy little legs off the mech so fast. It's honestly between the two mechs, the Phoenix Hawk HK1R Lamb and the non-Lamb version, their armors are almost exactly the same, except the Lamb for some reason got 1 point more of torso armor. So I'm like, this is one Lamb. I don't feel scared to fly normally, but I'm having fun because it's obviously I get to play and cast it I've watched before, just like before. So I'm just happy to be able to help. And I almost killed something.
That's
Spending
true.
like 4 rounds in the last game. I just pestered everybody.
So we are not here next week for Hanukkah. So we'll be back on the 20th. Everybody's good then?
Yes, sir.
Yep. That should be all right.
I can't tell if Sam is bugged out or if he's just remaining incredibly still.
No,
there it is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah, I'm here on the 20th. Good to go for that.
We'll be back for the next episode on the 20th for Patreon, and it'll be released the Sunday after. It's the holidays. It's going to be rough. Who knows if we meet on the 27th? Probably we'll be okay on the 3rd. After that, when we're in January, things should probably be good unless the world falls apart, which in this case, could happen at any time. So, look, hang in there, guys. We'll hang in there as well, and we'll try to bring you all of that good, noble, violent justice that you want from this show. Thanks for joining us.
Lots more great comm chatter from AP. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you. Dragon 4 agrees as he slams into the ground.